How you doing? How you doing? And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Petty, and I appreciate you stopping by today. And I guess welcome to Mtashed is Wrong to Electric Boogaloo. So, I didn't want to ever do another video like this again. I have spent a year on YouTube honing my craft in the dojo, which is how I refer to Photoshop. And this is not my ideal type of content. Basically, it contradicts a lot of what I have maintained on this channel. But this is getting to a point where it's affecting the community, and I can't just not say anything. I honestly wish that I had sat on my idea for the first video for a couple of days, because then it would be now and he would have put out this video, and this, we just should have saved it for that. So we're gonna do this. Essentially, we're going to break down his video. Then we're going to get into some Discord stuff and going through some screenshots and everything. I got some receipts. So if you're trying to understand this information, hopefully, or the situation in general, hopefully this video will help you out. And from my standpoint, hopefully straighten out some things, because that video is so disingenuous and clickbait. That your boy might just have a heart attack. But let's go ahead and skip all of that and get straight into the stuff that he's saying in the video. So first things first, he starts off the video saying that his videos have made the community mad. Not going to comment on that, but that they've made someone at MiHoYo much madder. Basically implying that his content is the reason for everything that he's going to be talking about in this video. And he implies as much here in a minute. So if you're already typing away, be like, no, that's not what he was saying. He literally lays it out like that. But let's keep it going. So he basically states that one of his reroll accounts, i.e. a parked account that is not in use with good pulls, if this was pulled by another person or on another machine and then logged in, it would almost instantaneously get flagged for a automated system that they have in place for buying and selling accounts and tracking that. So he, in the video, claims that he got these accounts through re-rolling on his streams, and that may very well be the truth. When MiHoYo announced that this system was in place, and that was before the game launched, this was all mentioned for the very first time within a week or two before the game launched. But it basically said that, hey, there's a system in place that is going to ban accounts and attempt to fight buying and account selling, because that's a very predatory market with a lot of scammers that a lot of people get hurt by. It's a very not good thing, and I've reported a few groups that I've come across myself that were doing buying and selling. Yeah, I know, Petty's a narc. But people can get they can eat at the very low end of the spectrum. They can get ripped off and get an account that either gets taken back or gets banned, or they could have their information and credit card stuff stolen. Like, it's just, that's not a third-party community you want to get involved with. Even if you have a middleman, this is a much bigger issue in the Asian markets than it is over here, so a lot of my NA people might be a little confused as to why that's such a serious thing, that there needs to be an automated system in place with that. But MiHoYo, when they announced this system, were like, hey, if this happens to you, just reach out to customer support and we'll get you taken care of. So if this innocently happens to you, which there's a chance of when you have an automated system like that, and you've got an account that's been leveled up to a certain AR and then parked, like many bought and sold accounts are, there's a chance you could get caught up in that, but it's real easy. You just reach out to customer support and it's okay. Rerolling accounts is technically a gray area in MiHoYo's eyes. They're not going to outright ban it, but they are going to do everything that they can to stop buy and sell accounts, which again is a hugely predatory market. So just to give you all that context, which is important to have, he, explicitly says that it's an account that he hasn't played on. So this wasn't his free-to-play God account or anything like that. It was just one of the ones that he had rolled and had parked, okay? Mentions that he was banned on Discords, and then starts talking about censorship and implying that they're outright banning critical opinions. Just so you guys are aware, there's literally a channel in the official MiHoYo Discord for Genshin that is basically just complaints. Like, that is the whole purpose of the channel. And plenty of people spend time in there complaining about certain things in the game. And Mtashed himself has replied in that channel dozens of times. So it's not like he doesn't know that exists. He knows MiHoYo themselves have a direct channel for, hey, come complain and meme about it here. So, yeah, I'm sure you believe they're getting rid of all criticisms, bud. That's you know, not disingenuous at all. Not at all. And then at 1 minute 54 seconds in the video, he says MiHoYo has deleted his access to streamer and YouTube roles. In Discord screenshots, which you can go looking through the search, Dis, one of the mods on Discord, has a pinned message we're going to go through in a little bit, and he puts the tag in there. You put that tag in the search thing, and the easiest way to find stuff is to see all the people replying to him, and then you can scroll up a little bit and see what he says and everything. So that's where I got a lot of the screenshots that we got today. But in one of those interactions on the Discord, he himself says that he lost those roles because he himself voluntarily left the Discord and said that they weren't there when he came back. But then he also went on to reply to someone else at a later time that he was never in the content creator program. And that was a separate response to another person on another day. So I don't know what to tell you about that situation. Maybe he doesn't have it because he left and quit the Discord, like he said. Maybe he had it or never had it in the first place, like he also said. I have no idea. Can't tell you 100%, but you can go on Discord and see all that for yourselves. You're more than welcome to go do that if you feel like fact checking your boy, and that's fine. That's fine. So he continues on to say right after that Discord and the account ban are because of the things that he has said in his videos and his content. He again references the raising of the rates without putting in the context that it was due to Apple Store policy/rate changes in those specific countries, and not a decision by MiHoYo themselves. And in the last video we said, hey, they could have done some stuff to try and ease that blow for people and eat a little bit of the cost themselves. That is an absolutely true statement you can make, but when you leave that out of the conversation entirely and just say that they're raising prices when you're trying to establish a predatory or scummy or whatever kind of trail, you're being disingenuous. You're not representing the situation in the full way. And that doesn't look good for the points that you're trying to make, bud. This is why people have criticisms. None of us have an issue with you as a person. It's the content, and you're kind of causing damage. But we're just gonna keep going into things. So, almost halfway through the video, he finally mentions the automated system that was likely the culprit of the reroll ban. Mind you, this is after he spent several minutes trying to demonstrate how the company is doing all these shady things, and no, my accounts are getting banned, pretty weird, must be scummy, but I don't know. That was his whole gist. I'm not trying to take the piss out of it, or meme the man. That is literally what he said. Claims he's only talked in Discord like 4 times, but in reality he has posted dozens and dozens of times in Discord, and I've got some cherry-picked stuff to go through, you guys. I did not take screenshots of every single response that he ever had in the Discord, because there's dozens and dozens and dozens. That would take way too long to put together in Photoshop. But again, since he went out of his way to mention that he's only spoken on Discord 4 times, and he would have no idea why he would be getting banned on there, that's a lie. That's a lie, and I'm really glad that the Discord mod made sure to put Mtashed's tag in there so that you would be able to search him and see his history. So good move on that. Good move on that. Transparency is everything. And then he again finally says it is most likely an automated thing 3/4 of the way through the video again. So he... he hypes everything up, and says like, oh, I don't know why this is happening, but all this stuff is super suspicious, and they hate me for everything that I'm saying. That's not remotely true. So I feel like that pretty adequately covers the stuff in the video that he talks about and his account getting banned. Let's specifically get into some of the Discord stuff, okay? And oh, I'm sorry. Let me move over a little bit. So in case you're having a hard time reading this, I'll try to surmise it the best that I can. So this is Dice, the person we were talking about. All right, so here's the preliminary data. He was removed because he would just roll into Discord and stir the pot to cause problems with people who disliked his content. Many cases of him directly insulting people and just generally being kind of toxic. I gotta talk to who did it, but you can pass that along. It ain't welcome here, no matter who you are. Edit 1 per the community request. If you want to check public history, this is where they provide his tag. And you can go look up this number yourself in the Discord and then look at... You'll when you search, you'll only really see the replies from people to him. So then you got to go hunting for the stuff that he actually said above the reply that you're jumping to. So just a little tip if you want to go looking up this stuff yourself. Edit 2 per me. You can give him my Discord tag to appeal if he wants, and we can discuss it. Keep the spam and stuff out, lest you join him as much as you want to help. That doesn't help anyone. Edit 3. Oh, and he was banned for the conduct in Discords, not for videos or anything of the like. If criticisms were ground for ban here, the entirety of what is the full episode? Resin Wars Episode 7, The Resin Awakens, would be gone. I knew they had a silly name for it. I just, for the life of me, couldn't remember what the name was. And yeah, we weren't going to pull that off the top. So I don't know until I hear back. That is in post history. Check it if you'd like. Thanks. So that was the first update we got. Then we got a second update for him. Dice, Edit 2, spoke with him and laid it all out, as I did here, going through the logs now to fix missed cases. He does not seek appeal at this time, but he has been told by me that anytime he wishes to do so, that it is welcome. Reminder to chat that if you see any insults and toxic behavior and it is not handled by someone present, report it to us or mod mail and we will take care of it. Thank you for the support and understanding in this matter. Edit. I'm speaking to him myself now. So if anything changes, it will be added. As of now, the following still applies. Alright, so new pin time. Mtashed was removed from the server due to repeated Rule 3 violations. Originally a 7-day mute that was then escalated into a ban. Violations, just general insults and toxicity within the server. Now that being said, there were users inciting some of this that were not punished, and I'll be handling that on my end. Essentially, he was replying to people that were being dicks and being a dick back himself. And we'll look at some of those and talk about a few of them that I think were probably part of this decision-making process for them. Reminder that Rule 3 specifically refers to being swell to your fellow traveler and not insulting them for having different opinions than you. Criticisms of the game, the server, and of a person's content is allowed so long as it does not devolve into personal attacks and insults. Again, none of this video is a personal attack or anything against Mtashed himself. This is criticisms because what he's saying and trying to do in that video is very harmful for the community, and we'll circle back around to that, but let's keep going through this. Now, as far as people trying to come up with narratives like the leadership hates Mtashed for criticizing the game, this is not and never has been true. While we're muting people trying to stir the pot and cause more issues, it's not welcome here. So I feel like all of that is very straightforward and doesn't really need a whole lot of extra explanation. But let's go ahead and get into some screen grabs and what they are most likely referring to when they're talking about this. So all of this is stuff that is taken from the tag that they referenced. This is Mtashed. This isn't someone trolling, pretending to be him. This is this man's. Okay, so let's look at the first one real fast. The amount of people that's getting inspired by Mtashed to charge back will get MiHoYo in deep red balance sheets. LOL. This is something that someone else said. Beto, apparently. And Mtash's reply was, I literally never said that, or never said I was charging back, you idiot. Can you guess where the issue was there? Nothing in that first guy's response is attacking him in any way. Could he have said something earlier that might have gotten Mtash to this level? Sure, but from just this exchange alone, this is someone making a joke where Mtash is not even the butt of it. The butt of the joke is really MiHoYo, and it's, he he could have left it at, I literally never said I was charging back. Like, bro, that's not the case. Instead, he threw in, you idiot. Probably not the best move, but let's keep it moving. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm either the most unlucky gamer or the rates are rigged. Yeah, you got a big old spoon to try and stir that time. That wasn't really part of any kind of conversation that was happening. It was just something randomly dropped in general chat. I can see how that's interpreted as stirring the pot. Next one. I just realized I'm from the same city as Mtash. Time to move to a different one. Petty little joke. Trust me, my name's Petty. I know some petty jokes. That is the definition of a petty joke. Nah, I'll go. There's lots of losers in this city. One more on the list. Again? That guy actually was slighting Mtashed in his joke. Wasn't the most personal or offensive jokes of all time, but again, we've got him just calling a random person a loser. That's against community guideline, guys. You gotta be nice. And last one, Mtashed just keeps disappointing. I had no problem with him going free to play, but when he started referring to himself as free to play god, it didn't sit right with me. Like, why would he self-proclaim that he's a free to play god? Like, that's kind of weird. Okay. I don't really agree with him, but, that's just someone expressing an opinion. There is no real personal attack on there. I don't think that this guy is going to be one of the people that DICE is going back and banning. The first guy, or not the first guy, sorry, the guy from the one we just looked at, possibly. Possibly he could catch a mild ban or mute for that. So Mtash replies to this person, because the account got a bunch of characters and 2 5-stars and 40 wishes. I am not a free-to-play god. The account is godly. You are all just idiots. Can you guys see the trend yet? Can you see the trend yet? We got more. And only 4 times, right? You only talked 4 times on the Discord, man. You don't know what's going on. They must hate your content. All right, so and again, sorry for the way that this is all put together. So the very top one up here in the corner next to our what the sus signs, where he's replying to Jonah. Nah, this is my first and last. This was a petty thing for me to include because this was someone asking him if he had ever played a gacha game before, and he said this, so I felt obligated to put it in this video since that was one of the things from the last video. Like, I don't think he's played one of these before. He hasn't. We were right. And again, ain't nothing wrong with that, but you probably shouldn't claim to be an expert on something and try to educate everybody in all the dangers of it when you really don't understand what you're saying and you're large enough to be very harmful to the community. But anyways, we'll save all that up for the wrap-up. Alright, so next one is, it's fine, the haters can keep promoting my shit while I cry in my bathtub of money. LMAO. These are going to be more stirring the pot examples. Next one is, I never said her damage was bad. FFS. I'm not trying to get demonetized, we're not saying it. I said she felt awful to play and I regretted it. LMAO. It's a meme for the content more than anything, but you guys need to fuck off. Okay, so a couple of things to unpack in this response. He's outright admitting that the Klee being bad stuff was all just clickbait, and that his response to criticisms and call-outs about such thing is to just start cussing people out, which is breaking the no swearing rule and the don't be toxic rule. So, again, we're seeing stuff that more consistently falls in line with what Dis was saying. And then the last thing that I included here, which was really big, which is why we had to break it up into two different things, but it really surmises a lot of stuff that I wanted to get across. All right, so we've got from Audrey, excuse me. Hey, I don't know if you're actually going to read this. I enjoy your content as a casual viewer, but when you're out here making comments like, at least that video paid for the entire 2K Klee wink. I hope you can see why that's a bad look for you as a content creator who has a responsibility to provide reliable information to your viewer base. You're bragging about making a return investment on a clickbait video and using the money to gamble is in poor taste. I understand that you're getting a lot of heat right now, but I hope you see how you're not making it easier on yourself either. There are better ways to deal with the criticism, and if you think the criticism directed at you isn't productive at all, you always have the option to ignore it. Have a nice day. I feel like that really summarizes a lot of the stuff that we see with Mtashed absolutely beautifully. And one of the things that I kind of think and go to when going through this and everything is, let's just reread a sentence and a half real quick. You has a responsibility to provide reliable information to your viewer base. You bragging about making a return on your investment on a clickbait video and using the money to gamble is in poor taste. If his big problem is that, all these games are just gambling and they're just bad, he's kind of got a weird attitude about cashing in on clickbait that I would think contradicts this narrative that he's trying to put across, that he just, is trying to do right by you guys. That's the real motivator here. He's outright admitting to the fact that he makes clickbait videos. And there's a bunch of things that I did not include in this video or in this little clip show, where he was going back and forth with people and talking about the fact that, yes, he makes clickbait content. Yes, he makes beginner videos that don't really have a lot of useful information in there. And there's even one where he basically refers to something along the lines of, and he's talking about all the content creators, when, 1/3 is interesting and blah, 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 and the other 2/3 are, bland and really informative. He's basically making the argument of, like, hey, I think I'm more entertaining, prettier, funnier than these other guys, so that's why I'm not going to try as hard with my content and make fluffier stuff with more inaccurate information. And that's fine to do. Just be honest about the fact that that's what you're doing all the time. And don't try to grandstand and make big cases about stuff that you have a very limited understanding of, and creating so much infighting within the community. That's my biggest problem from this, is that we have so many people now fighting when there's no reason for them to fight. If we were going back and forth over some really legitimate issues, like the resin issue in the game, that's great. That's healthy for a community. Because at the end of the day, the developers are most likely going to listen and make changes, and we're going to have to continue our role as the consumer to give them feedback and be like, nah, you didn't get it, or, that is better. Thank you for that fix. Can you check out some of these other issues? That's great. That'll keep a game healthy for a really long time, as long as that process is in place. But when you're getting people to pick up pitchforks and fight over inaccuracies or misrepresented things, you're not helping. You're actively harming the community. And that's what I got beef with. That's why we're back here again. I'm not doing another Mtashed video. This man can shoot someone in the street and I will let CNN cover it. I'm done. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. It's been your boy Petty. You're gonna have to catch me on the next one, because we're out of here. Deuces.